Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
celebrating queers.
Queers,
all
queers.
that is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Currently hosted by I Love Melville Drive, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
In with the news headlines at the top of the hour. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula goes on a Twitter rampage. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested, and the United Kingdom's hospital admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. For I Love Melville.live news, I am Nompumelelo Kumbi. The time now is 3 o'clock. On Monday morning, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula had gone on a hectic Twitter rampage against the Gauteng Umkhonto Wesizwe Military Veterans Association. This comes after MKMVA called for the arrest of Mbalula, whom they've accused of doing nothing about the severely crippled and vandalized rail system in the country. As it stands, only 7 of the Metro Rail's 34 commuter lines are currently in operation. While Mbalula has come out guns blazing, calling the national spokesperson Carl High Horse a thug and accusing the organization of grandstanding. The march will be supported by the South African National Civic Organization and the Congress of South African Students. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested regarding a multi-million rand police tender from back in 2017, where former National Police Commissioner Khumutso Phahlane was also arrested. The suspects will appear in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on Monday. She is charged with corruption, fraud, theft, and money laundering. The case is in relation to the supply of emergency warning equipment for the police service in 2017. 191 million rands was issued for the contract. However, only 65 million was paid to the service provider. And in England, England is bracing itself for the rollout of strict new coronavirus measures as part of a new system of local lockdowns. This comes after hospitals across the UK reported a surge in the number of COVID-19 related admissions, more than the numbers seen at the start of the lockdown. Areas in the north, like the city of Liverpool, are expected to be put immediately in the most severe tier. Taking a look in on our finances, the dollar is trading at 16 Rand 54 cents, and the euro is trading at 19 Rand 58 cents. Gold is trading at a high of 31,813 Rand 94 cents an ounce, and Brent crude oil at 704 Rand and 7 cents a barrel. As for the weather, it's partly cloudy today in Johannesburg with highs of 17 degrees and a low of 10 degrees expected this evening. Recapping in on our top stories, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula goes on a Twitter rampage. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested, and the United Kingdom's hospitals admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the first lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. For I Love Melville.live news, good afternoon, livers. I am Nompumelelo Kumbi. The time now is 7 minutes past 3. I will follow with the news headlines at the bottom of the hour. But for now, back to the Melville Drive with the Big O and Kagiso Page, aka the Chomzizi ya di Celebritizi.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
celebrating queers.
Queers,
all
queers.
that is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Currently hosted by I Love Melville Drive, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you are. It's Sambonani. Hello, Sambonani. I'm so happy to be here. It's a Monday, a blue Monday, but I like to call it Pink Monday. If you remember, if you're watching the drive for the past 3 weeks ago, I used to hold it down on Mondays, and I used to be like, Mondays are Pink Mondays. But I'm so excited. My name is Gariso
hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all
queers.
that is queer.
we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Currently hosted by I Love Melville Live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you, there was everybody everywhere. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all
queers.
that is queer.
we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Currently hosted by I Love Melville Live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you, there was everybody everywhere.
You over this guy without pride.
Yes. Not for me personally, I wouldn't say it's a pride per se.
Well,
I just feel like people are being hard on him. I mean, it's a challenge, on Twitter.
I understand it's a challenge, but revealing chats.
I get it's a challenge. If they're gonna say on let's say for example we were to start a challenge,
you have to, but I understand.
A challenge on the station, and we're like, let's show all our people, whoever you're dating.
Yes.
You're also gonna show your person with a little bit of brag in there. You understand?
But S class. You're not the only listening game. They took a picture in front of an S class. It's very nice and elegant.
I mean, levels galoko.
Levels galoko.
Levels.
But another a picture like one piece before another girl. You understand? Even though I'd want to join into this is a very great challenge, but you know how our troops are.
Yes.
Troops are very. They always have this thing. When you think you're better than someone.
Yes.
That's the problem with us actually. South African people, we always try to think that whatever you are doing is something bad. Go to every single time. What if it's not good? It's bad.
Yes.
It's never
okay. It's never like we
sharp.
see you happy and we don't have to like. I think people's opinions sometimes are not needed, but we can't now come and do you and be like,
but yeah, that's the thing because I can't control your opinions at the end of the day,
yes.
And we know South Africa is so free to talk,
especially Black Twitter.
Black Twitter is. Guys, I was telling Matt the other day that it takes me 5 times to actually think of what to post on Twitter. I get so anxious. Like, what if somebody's looking at me here, and what if you understand? But like, it really isn't a good thing. But
I'm so glad that I don't have Twitter because I mean I will suffer from my mental. You guys, my mental is very important. Like I don't want my tata. No, I can't.
Okay, but let's move right along.
Yes.
Tino, no man. At least it was a great thing to show people, but you know how Twitter will always be like.
Definitely. Yeah. Now we're gonna move to our last story. Before we introduce our segment, quickly, we're just gonna talk about the story. South African TV presenter and musician, Pello Bala and Mushindik. So Pello here's the tea, right?
Okay.
So he went on Instagram and Twitter to post a picture of him and Moshe, right? And what happened was that he said that he misses
Moshe.
Yes.
But it's funny how he says that he misses Moshe because we actually spoke about this on the Melville Rush 2 weeks ago that he tried to post a picture showing with his new bay to show people that he's happy. Apparently Abu Somizi and Moshe went to Durban to actually have a birthday celebration for Vusinova, right? And they were having a great time.
Yes.
But now why all of a sudden you're coming back now? And funny how who's that guy Phil Impella as well was actually going at Opel, you understand? But now I'm understanding.
Why was he going after him? For the fact that they broke up, or was it like a different story?
It was the same story, but he told Pedro that he should heal because apparently, I don't know, he was trying to buy friendship from Moshe or whatsoever. And you know how trips will always be. So they try to say, no, you know what? When you're trying to actually buy a friendship, and it really wasn't a cute thing, but it ended up as a whole, you know how arguments start, altercations and whatsoever. But now for me, Pedro coming back to see actually misses him.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But my thing was, I was like, okay. I was like, my thing is, there's nothing wrong with you posting and saying how you miss your ex. But I was worried about another guy because apparently rumor has it that Pello has moved on with someone else. I mean, we saw on Instagram.
Yes, we did see.
So my thing is now that you have someone, and now you're going on a public platform and saying you're missing your ex. We're just like, and Mush is so spicy. He didn't even reply.
Really?
Yeah, no, he didn't.
No matter Mush, man, it was spicy. I feel like Mush is on some. He always protects himself. He's one of those people that protect himself, and then if things have gone, they're gone. There's a reason why it's gone.
Yes.
And there's no reason for you to go back.
And maybe he's in a very like positive and safe space.
There's no need. Like for the back things, past things. I'm sorry for that.
Cool.
So now we're gonna move on to the mental health Mountain Monday. I get Mental Monday.
Yes.
So now we have a very great guest, a very important guest.
Yes.
Her name is Dr. Nelly Swesibi,
yes.
right? Dr. Nelly is a medical doctor of the field of mental health. Sorry, she works as a medical officer at Telemorogane Regional Hospital in Vosloo. Vosloo Rus, right? She's also limited in private practice where she also works as NLP life coach with special focus on personal mastery and emotional intelligence. Yo, guys, emotional intelligence. Yo, I need to travel. Private. Well, when this is not private, it's part of with the other people.
Yes.
I'm putting an emotional what's happening.
Yes.
But anyway, she's also a head pastor at All Nations Revival Ministries in Centurion. I get. She founded this church with her late husband, multi-award-winning gospel legend Nazim.
Yes.
Right. So now you can see she comes from a a good background.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
Obviously, the late husband is a multi-award winning, which is Nazim, and he's a great artist.
Yes.
And as well, she's been doing the doctor. She's been in the doctor field. She's also a media contributor, and she's gonna join us right now.
Yes, definitely.
Good morning, Dr.
Hello.
Nelly Sisibisi.
Good afternoon, a warm welcome.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry for that.
How are you?
I'm confused. You guys, I'm listening and I'm thinking, life is complicated out there. How are you?
It's very, very complicated.
No, I'm good. I'm
Very
good.
thanks.
Thanks.
How are
I
you?
am great. I've started the week well, intentionally so, and I'm excited to be alive. And I'm happy to see you guys. It's a beautiful studio setting. Good work. Good work. So yeah, keep it up.
Thank you so much. We're so happy to actually have you with us in studio.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna
Yes.
get straight into it, man. So I want to know, why do we intend to start the week on a bad note? And I say
everybody. Generally,
everybody.
we tend to start the week on a bad note. One, because most of the time we are not prepared. It's not even about the fact that we don't like our work or we don't want to be there or the weekend was nicer than midweek. It is just about the fact that most of the time we are not prepared. And if we are not prepared, we feel out of control. And if we feel out of control, we lose our sense of confidence. And if we lose our sense of confidence, then what happens? We become defensive. And then the week starts, as a bad thing. And then we make a habit out of it. And then what we tend to do as well, as we make habits out of people, we don't want to be the only one feeling this way. Then we'll start spreading the negativity so that we have company in that negativity so that we don't feel so bad about ourselves. It's basically that.
No, that's very true, man. But I also want to ask you another question. How do you start off your week or the week or any kind of week? How do you start?
Okay, my week, when it comes to me personally, I think it comes down to a couple of principles. First one being, all of us find ourselves in this life. We don't know where we come from, to be quite honest with you. We just suddenly find ourselves here. And the one thing that we need to understand about life, as mysterious as it is that it means well. Life means well. And if life means well, it therefore means that there's not a single person who is born or who has been placed on this world just to be made miserable. So no matter how difficult it gets, at some point, life means well. And that is where, I personally start, where I know that, I am here because I am meant to be here. I'm not a mistake. No matter how tough things have been for me, I am meant to be here and my life means well. And if life means well for me, it deserves to be lived well by me as well.
No, that's very true.
So Ma, how do you deal with having going through a bad day? Let's say you start the week or a day with a very bad news or something that just happened. How do you try to find the positive side of life?
Okay. Firstly, you create the positive side of life. It starts with your routine, your daily routine, especially in the morning. Your morning is the most important part. In the morning, you want to make sure that everything that is required for your day to be successful is in place. You exercise well, you eat well, you think well, you feel well, because at the end of the day, our reality is created by us. Our reality comes from within, really. It has nothing to do with the person who treats you badly in the traffic, with your boss who takes out their bad mood on you, etc. But it is created by how we feel. It is created by our inner state. So you work on your inner state on a day-to-day basis. So by the time negative things come, at least you know you are ahead as far as the terms and conditions are concerned. We need to be the kind of people who create the terms and conditions concerning our lives. So when trauma or negativity comes, it should not have the upper hand, but rather it should come into a state that has already been created, saying, you know what, I'm going to be happy today. I'm going to be successful today. I'm going to do my best today, no matter what.
Okay. I also want to add on to Kagiso's questions, because I also wanted to ask the very same question. But what I would want to know, let's say you plan out, because I was reading this other article with some motivational speakers saying that for you to actually have a great week or a great day, you must plan out your day. You must finish your day before you actually start it, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
Before finishing, or let's say already it's like you're going according to the goals and the plans that you've been doing. And then something during the day, let's say around 1 or 2 o'clock, then something hits you, or you get tragic news, or you suffer something, like you suffer from something. How do you come back from that situation?
Okay, in that particular case, that is when your ability to respond comes in. It is very good, like what we have said, that, you know, you need to be proactive about things, but obviously life happens, and most of the time when it happens, it can't be out of your control. So that is when then your capacity to respond is always important, because at the end of the day, you know, it's really not about things that are happening to you, but it is about how you respond to those things that are happening to you. Because you're right, you know, sometimes things happen and it really is not your fault. You just, you know, look at the situation and say, you know what, they're just like, you know, they're just pushing me around. But the important thing in that particular scenario then is how then do you respond? And the thing that we tend to do that makes us to become our own enemies is that we panic. We panic, we blame, we stop thinking. And the first thing that you need to do is just to calm down, see the situation for what it is, and then plan now your capacity to respond. How is it that I respond to this situation? And at the end of the day, your ability to respond is what causes you to triumph.
All right, man. Now let's say I'm sitting wherever that I am, right?
Yes.
Post, you know, and things are just not working out for me. What encouragement words do you have for me to keep me going? Let's say I started off in a very, like he said, on a very positive note, but as the day progresses, just like I'm like, you know what? I'm starting to lose hope.
Yes.
Starting to question God and like faith and everything like that. So how do you motivate? How can you encourage me and just anyone else sitting at home and be like, you know what, you need to get up and do what you have to do?
Yes. Number one, don't suffer in silence. Don't allow yourself to be alone wherever you are. Find a support system that is good for you. Create for yourself a support system, whatever it is. It could even be something as simple as a journal. Don't keep your negative emotions within yourself. So make sure that you do not suffer alone. Either, you know, you journal, you speak to somebody who is supportive. Take it out in one way or the other. And number two, understand this thing. Most of the time when things happen in life, they don't happen because of what we have done. They happen because life is like that. Life will happen and bad things will always happen, whether you want to or not. You can be the most successful person today and tomorrow something negative can happen. Not necessarily because you're wrong or because there's something negative that you did, but because life just happens. And number three, keep the hope alive. There always is a new day. There always is a new day. And by me saying that, I am not minimizing the suffering that we go through or the pain or the hopelessness. But the reality is that there always is a dawn of another day. So keep the hope alive and never allow yourself to give up. Not any one day. Never allow yourself to give up.
So I also want to ask a question. Is that, let's say, since I'm a man, right? And she's a lady. Why do they always recognize or put this stigma on that women are the most emotional and men are the least emotional beings, like across the whole world?
You know, it's a combination of things. It's a physiological thing. It is how we are wired up at a hormonal level, but it is also learned behavior. It is the things that we learn. It is, you know, how society teaches us at the end of the day that, you know, ladies are supposed to behave like this, men are supposed to behave like this. And those are the things that we can transcend. Those are the things that we can rise above. Nobody has to lock you into that kind of thing, even though we have been taught like that, even though the trends are like that. It does not have to define you. It does not have to be your destiny. You can always change it around. And I can tell you now, there are a whole lot of men who are very sensitive, who are very emotional out there. You find a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists, people who work with the mind are actually men. What does that mean? How can they be successful in that fraternity if they are not in touch with their emotions? So such things, we really need to get ourselves to a point where we teach ourselves not only to learn certain things, but to unlearn certain things. There are a whole lot of things that we have learned, especially passively, that we just need to unlearn and be comfortable with the fact that they don't have to be part of our lives. So yeah, that is where it comes from. Unfortunately, it has been happening forever, and it is therefore going to take a long time for us to unlearn such things.
That's very true. I also would want to ask a question as well. That let's say you're a psychologist, or how do you, since you're an emotional specialist, how do you see that somebody needs or is very emotional? How do you an emotional person?
It's learned skills, like you say. It's the skills that you learn, but it comes from interacting with that person at the end of the day. And the age-old proverb that don't judge a book by its cover remains very true. You can't just look at someone on the surface and then they think this is what they are going through. So it's about interacting with those people. It is about getting, the words out of them. You don't just come to conclusions on their behalf, but you want them to be able to tell you what they're going through, and then be able to interpret those and take them through various skills that will enable them to understand where they are and what they are going through. So it is a very interesting, when we work with emotions, when we work with the mind, it's a very interesting field to work in. But at the same time, you also don't want to be presumptuous about people. I know it these days. It's linguistically fashionable to say, ona bipolar. One moment you're down and people are start labeling you. It does not have to be like that. In life coaching, in psychology, in psychiatry, that is not what we do. But instead, we sit you down and we allow yourself to express yourself. And as you express yourself, then we are able to help you analyze where you are at, and then we are able to help you chart a way forward for yourself.
All right. Yes, Mama. Thank you. Can you kindly please motivate us, in closing, we just keep us going, just give us those words that must just keep us going.
So, my motivation for you, for this afternoon, especially for you guys in the studio, especially for your listeners, you guys are young, and most of the time there are a lot of things that frustrate you that do not have to. There is a big future ahead of you. For those of you who are privileged to see me, I don't even want to tell you how old I am, because you are not going to believe me. And at some point, I was at your age and I worried about the salary. I worried, when will I get married? I worried about this and that. And now that I am where I am, I realized I wasted so much of your energy. So just what I want to say is that, life means well for you. You are still very young. There is a big future ahead of you, and it is beyond your imagination. So just keep moving, keep believing in yourself. Most importantly, be happy. Each and every one of us deserves what I called a "this is why I live" moment. Go for that. Go for something that will make you sit down at some point and say, wow, I could do this over and over again. That this is why I live moment. So every day, irrespective of what you have, where you are, what stage you have in your life, you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be fulfilled, and you deserve that this is why I live moment.
All righty.
Thank you so much for the motivation. Mental Mondays with guest Dr. Nelly CBC Zimo. It was really a great time. I feel like now we're having a whole understanding of how to start your week and how to actually come back if you suffered an emotional state, right? No, I really did like everything.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you
we
so
really
much.
Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you every Mondays.
Please stay safe. And the producer says hello to you.
Hello to the people at the behind the scenes as well. Of course, you guys are the most important. So yeah, keep doing that thing well.
Please say it again, Ma'am. We are the what?
We'll revisit that on Monday.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
No problem. No problem. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. Please have a
Awesome
good
stuff.
day and Stay safe.
Cool.
And of course, that was our guest, Dr. Nelly Sibisi-Zimu. We had a very great time. But right now, we're gonna move to the news headlines with Nompumelelo Gumbi.
Yeah, man.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all that
queers.
is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Currently hosted by I Love Melville Live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Fatsy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
In with the news headlines at the top of the hour. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula goes on a Twitter rampage. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested. And the United Kingdom's hospitals admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the first lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. For I Love Melville.live news, I am Nompumelelo Gumbi. The time now is 4 o'clock. On Monday morning, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula had gone on a hectic Twitter rampage against the Gauteng Umkhonto weSizwe Military Veterans Association. This comes after MKVA called for the arrest of Mbalula, whom they've accused of doing nothing about the severely crippled and vandalized rail system in the country. As it stands, only 7 of the Metro Rail's 34 commuter lines are currently in operation. Mbalula has come out guns blazing, calling the national spokesperson, Carl Highhorse, a thug, and accusing the organization of grandstanding. The march will be supported by the South African National Civic Organization and the Congress of South African Students. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested regarding a multi-million rand police tender from back in 2017, where former National Police Commissioner Khomotso Phahlane was also arrested. The suspect will appear in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on Monday. She is charged with corruption, fraud, theft, and money laundering. The case is in relation to the supply of emergency warning equipment for the police service in 2017. 109 million rands was issued for the contract. However, only 65 million was paid to the service provider. And England is bracing itself for the rollout of strict new coronavirus measures as part of a new system of local lockdowns. This comes after hospitals across the United Kingdom reported a surge in the number of COVID-19 related admissions, more than the number seen at the start of the lockdown. Areas in the north, like the city of Liverpool, are expected to be put immediately in the most severe tier. Taking a look in on our finances, the dollar is trading at 16 Rand 54 cents and the euro is trading at 19 Rand 58 cents. Gold is trading at a high of 31,813 Rand 94 cents an ounce. Excuse me. And Brent crude oil at 704 Rand and 7 cents a barrel. And while for the weather, it's partly cloudy today in Johannesburg with highs of 17 degrees and a low of 10 degrees expected this evening. Recapping in on our top stories, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula goes on a Twitter rampage. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested, and the United Kingdom's hospital admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the first lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. For I Love Melville.live news, good afternoon, livers. I'm Nompumelelo Gumbi. The time now is 4 minutes past 4. I will follow with the news headlines at the bottom of the hour. But for now, back to the Melville Drive with the Big O and Kagiso Page, aka the Chomzizi ya di Celebritizi.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all that
queers.
is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Kindly hosted by I Love Melville Live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you. Everybody everywhere. Everybody everywhere.
Of course, this is the Melville Drive. The time is exactly 5 minutes past 4. I am the big O with Chomzizi and the celebrities. But but right now we're gonna tell you about the Grumpy Old Homo party that's gonna happen on the 29th of October. Tickets are sold at www.ticketpro.co.za or ERF350, where you guys could get your tickets. And please let's support and give us the support, and let's have a great time.
Definitely, I can't wait for that event. Are you coming?
Yes, I am coming, of course. Why would I not come? Come on, guys.
All right. Don't forget to catch the show every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on ilovemelville.live, so they can get more information about that Pride party that is taking place right here on I Love Melville Studios. I can't wait. Particularly, I won't be there because of other things, but I'll be with you guys in spirit.
Yes, in spirit.
Yes.
That's the way to go. I mean, like,
Yes.
if I can't be there, at least my spirit is there.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Now we're about to jump into our next segment. This one is called Weekend Review.
Weekend review.
Now to sing.
That's why I was asking you. Do you think that you can?
I
Idols.
Yes.
How many years? Not even a yes. But
they'll be like, yes, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Now,
So how
just
was your weekend?
I'm trying to think. It was chill. I didn't do anything hectic.
Really?
Yeah, I was home. Saturday we came for the meeting, and then I went back home, and I did I told you I'm going to do a lot of catch-ups to do.
Okay. What catch up?
I
did the catch up on TV?
Yes.
And then
I actually watched everything that I needed to watch.
Really? Okay, now that's very good. Well, with my weekend.
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done. So I get negative water of you. Plus, when I get you are very subtle person. Relax.
I can't relax.
When you are that waiting now. The problem with me, I think I have to change it. I'm a very impatient person.
Is it?
I'm a very, very impatient
Oh, yes,
person.
you are. You must.
I must kululu, ne? I must don't see and break and bofi pondo. And kululeka. Kununu kanana, tululu kanana.
Hi. And then that what?
I gotta go for spirit, Mara. I go for spirit the weekend review.
What's happening? Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, man. And then on Sunday, which is yesterday, I did a couple of work there and there. I relaxed, and I watched the Shakana show, the Rose Fest thing that took place. It was so amazing.
Yes.
But hey, guys, we need to go back to the actual event, guys. Like,
was it fire?
No, it was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just feel like now it is doing things online.
Yeah, it's not cute, ne? It really isn't cute.
It's killing.
Party go level late. Can you go bona ka matlo mo laptop?
So yeah, man, that was pretty much it. And your side, I know you had a hectic one.
Yeah. From the start of Friday. From Friday, I was supposed to go back home in Pretoria, but I didn't because of the Hachin didn't have Master's rice back home. So I decided. My mom said, "Okay, you'll stay and then you come back on Monday." I had cool. I went home. And from home, of course, I'm with my friends. We went out to a young club and we grooved a little, but we went back home at around like 11 o'clock because it wasn't that nice. Then comes Saturday. Saturday, you come, we get out, we come for the meeting here.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, I go to school and then I have to do my music show also at school. I went from school, my friend, because my other friend from Monday was supposed to come to see us. Right in the Joburg South, but he's like, you know what, guys, we're having a great time this side. Isn't it better for you guys to come this side? yeah, guys, you got to Monday now. It was a great time. It was a great vibe. Nearly after tears, unfortunately, but also it was a good time because I get ready to after tears.
Wait, is it still under the restriction of 100 people?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to lie, but I don't know. But anyway, after that we got to the after tea shop. It was a great time, and then we planned out to actually go to Soweto. Our shop really became 6, 7, 8. We started going out, right? Then we got into the highway N1. But we got into the highway, sharp. It was a great time. We started buying drinks on the way there because there was this song that says, what's the song? Ersaka majwali, Hebarigrubba majwali. Tisandi.
Okay, I don't know it. I just
I know about it.
just
It was
decided to
last
just
year's
put it
national
there.
anthem.
National anthem. Really?
Man-
Last year's.
Last year's. I got this year is Lele.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
it was a very great one. So wait till it be nothing. Here Monday, here Tamama Sugu late. Here Tomama Bialem late. So we don't none read that on that. So we got drinks and whatsoever. So after that, we got to the place. It was jam packed. It was like even when we got to the gate, it was very full. So we decided to go out to another place. I got the Kasi vibe, Joe. I got the Kasi vibe. It was a street bash. It was full on. I saw myself onto tables, dancing along to songs. See, Joe, I had a great time. I went back home at 4:00. Time that's when curfew it on my Vienna.
Hectic.
It was a very great night. Sunday. Why is a hangover? I think, man. Yo, guys, I was a miserable person. I couldn't even like lift up my head. I became nauseous. Yo, I was like, you know what? I'm done. You know that moment when you drink a lot and you're like, I'm no more drinking again. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Get when I don't drink, but I'm sorry. But for those who drink, understand the situation. You come back
no wonder why you came late for work today.
No, I had a musical show at school. And I didn't even come late. Did I come late? But I did address that I'm wrapping up my other show at school.
Producer, are you listening?
No, but listen, I'm wrapping up my exam show, so I had to actually figure out what's going on. Okay. But anyway, I'm here. What matters is the now, the present. But despite that, when I got home on Sunday, it wasn't a great feeling. Here's no regard. You know what? I'm not gonna drink and whatsoever. It's not 6 o'clock p.m. On that moment, you know, then we started drinking again, but I was fine because I didn't drink much. I only had like 2 glasses. Yeah. And that was it. So that was my weekend. I had a very, very great weekend.
No, clearly you did, Shem. Please don't forget to share with us, what did you get up to this weekend? And if you had a boring weekend like myself, it's still okay. Drop onto the
Is it really okay
to have a boring weekend? Yes.
It's not okay, guys. I can't.
What do you mean?
I cannot afford to have a boring weekend because if I'm not with my friends, I want my mother.
Wait, what is a boring weekend? Is it sitting at home and that's a boring weekend?
A very boring one.
But that's you and your.
We can listen. We can watch these shows and catch up and whatsoever, right? But we need some time. Wait till we're not talking. So
Man, remember, I'm working Monday to Friday, right?
When
you can balance these things, no, I can't. And I'm not selfish to my body. I preferably like during the week, during weekend, I want to rest and just like come down and also like plan my week ahead. Okay. You understand? So where do you get time to plan your week ahead? If like Friday you're busy, Saturday you're busy, Sunday you're exhausted, like you mentioned. Hey, no, say you understand. So where do you get time to kickstart and plan?
The way I plan my week is like, okay. The problem is I used to stay in Pretoria. Okay, I still do, right? Which I'm going back home today, right? So I got at home. I always get at home at 7 o'clock. I get there, I eat, I find food there. Hit up past 8, I go to sleep. That's why I don't have time to watch soapies anymore, right? I wake up at 5. It's like not even 5, 3 o'clock. I write down my days because 3 o'clock is when I start to pray first. Okay. For the day. Then I write down what's going to happen today, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. Right? Yeah, 3
a.m. he's
me.
Up.
Yes, me. That doesn't mean that. Listen, Mamela. No, listen, guys. Listen to me. The reason why I say 3 o'clock. I wake up to pray at 3 o'clock. I get that time is when you start hearing those dogs. 3. It's a show. So 3 o'clock I pray. If you know 3 o'clock,
how do you guys know? Because
if you know 3 o'clock is the time. So I start to pray. 3.
So you're fighting them. Get 3.
God. Then they go to sleep. Right? And then I plan out my day. And then if I get a call from somebody important, I don't know, then I get that call. Then I wait until 5 o'clock. I start to iron first. And I've got a routine every day. Iron. And then it's obviously in the shower.
Are you seriously giving us the details? Like,
I'm telling you how I plan out my week.
You would tell us.
Yes, I'm literally telling you my schedule. Now I've got schedules. Right. I've got procedure.
Okay.
Right. After that, before running the shower, I run the basin first.
Oh, you ran the show, not the bath anymore.
No. What? Come on, it's running the same thing. Give me it at the end of the day.
Okay.
As a tap.
All right.
But anyway, I wash my face in the basin. Get ka mask. That's how cool. Like mask. Then it's a peel off mask.
Yeah.
And then after that, I use that thing in a safe way, right? And then it scrubs off whatever it needs to scrub off. And then that's when I get into the shower. I shower for another 15 minutes because the whole the face thing also takes 15 minutes, so it's 30 minutes. I get out, I put on lotion. Lotion takes 5 minutes. I have a timer. The moment it gets to I cannot tell you what happens. Then after timing myself, I know it's not 10 to 6.
Yeah.
It's when I start to wear. And then that's when morning life comes on, and then I get updated, and then I write down what I need to write down for me to prepare for the show. When I get to school as well, I start at school first at 9 o'clock, and then I do my research, and then we come to work every single day procedure.
Okay, interesting. Don't forget that you're still listening to I Love Marvel Live on Afternoon Drive with myself, Kariso Page, and the Big O himself.
Yes.
And we're still doing a weekend review. What did you get up to, and what are you going to do the entire week? Do you have any plans maybe to kickstart the week? But I just quickly want us to talk about remember we had a mental segment, and then it was so quick that we didn't actually like cover this. I found some important tips or rather guidance in terms of like how to deal with this thing. So these are the early signs that, for example, if you start experiencing these, then maybe you must check your mental health.
Right.
And just know this is a very sensitive topic. So to our viewers, please
please, we must probably put like something at the center.
Yes.
Yeah, for them to actually.
I'm just gonna run through them and quick. Okay, so if you're eating and sleeping too much or too little, that's a sign
that something's wrong with your mental health.
Yes.
But I used to do that. Like I used to eat a lot and still sleep a lot, because once you eat, you sleep. Because I
sleep a lot
and
too.
Also eat a lot. So how does?
Yeah, I do eat. So maybe something's wrong.
Aye, man. Oh, sorry, it's on.
It's true. So also pulling away from people and so like when you start distancing yourself from people,
I realized that something wrong.
It's not me.
No, I know, but I've realized that with like a couple of my friends, not my friends but acquaintances.
Yeah, cool. And then this one really stood up for me: drinking and smoking and using drugs more often than usual.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the drinking part, how is more often than usual?
Maybe in a day or you end up drinking a bottle, whiskey.
The whole bottle.
Yeah.
Yo.
Maybe that should maybe it's a problem.
Should trigger.
Like, okay, something's really wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's say every day you take a glass of a whiskey or cognac. Is that still a problem?
I don't puza.
No, I get you're giving me us tips. I want to understand. I get there's some people.
Maybe yes. Because I don't drink, right? Yes. So I don't know when you, for example, you have one shot, what goes in your body or in your mind, something. So I don't know. So I can't really comment much on that. Also thinking of harming yourself and others.
Harming.
Yeah,
what
like
does that
hurting
mean?
yourself.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe trying to like commit suicide.
Okay.
You must also like trying to check yourself and be like,
sorry for that.
And we've got many more. We'll share with them on our Facebook. So make sure that you click there and you comment. You're still listening to the Marvel Drive with myself, Kariso Page, and
the Big O.
Yeah, man. And we're streaming all over. Hey, Facebook, Twitter, and of course on our Play, and that's where you can catch the moment. Now back to the weekend review, right?
So when it was up with me, you asked me how do I plan my days, and now it's back to you.
Usually how I plan my days, my week rather, excuse me, on Saturdays, I have a meeting, I think 2 hours with myself, and we pre-plan now to be like, okay, cool, it's a new week. What do we do now?
Okay.
That's where now we draft things and start writing things and be like, okay, cool. And also I like to reflect a lot. So I look back at what I did this past weekend or week rather, and how can I improve?
Yourself.
You understand? So I check things and be like, okay, I didn't like how you spoke there, or I didn't like that or that. You understand? That's when I like, okay, cool. Now let's work this. So that's how I normally do things. And sometimes things don't go according to plan, which is life. You understand? But rather be prepared than not prepared.
Alrighty.
You know, so that when something happens, you know, at least you
got something.
So that's how I do 2 hours. Saturdays I plan. Sometimes I don't plan on Saturdays. Sometimes I plan on Sundays.
Okay.
But Monday will never come without me planning my week. I will never hit Monday without planning my week.
Yes, and that's why I also made that statement earlier on when we had with Dr. Nelly CBC Zimu.
Yes.
That I also heard I watched this video that said that even it was funny enough that I watched the video of that person and that person came to our school to actually motivate us too back in high school. So this person said you must finish your day before you start it, meaning you must plan your day and finish it up and know what you're going to do at the end of that day. You understand? For you to actually become a goal. I'm gonna add a little spicy and most coins, but a goal full day.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So you understand that, you know, if this didn't work, there's still another day. You can still put it in your schedule and whatsoever. And I feel like with me too, I have to start doing that because I never have a different schedule for every day. I just have the same routine. Like I told you what I did. I wake up at those certain times and whatsoever.
So it becomes like a daily thing. That's what you do. And once you do that, your entire life gets used to it. Your body gets used to it. We wake up, we do ABCD.
And funny enough that because when I was still with my friends this past week, it was on some, you wake up so early. What's your problem, dog? Like, why do you wake up so early? Now my body's already used to waking up early.
And so what time do you sleep? If you talk at 3 a.m.
What time do I sleep? 8:30.
Really? Okay.
Because obviously it's dragging to get onto the Gautrain, and from it's not even the Gautrain. I have to get onto the bus first. Not even the bus. Sometimes it's better. It's an Uber, right? Then I get onto the Gautrain. The Gautrain is a 45-minute long. Is it a drive? Yeah, it's a drive. I understand. So it's very long and tiring, and my seats. You understand?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my routine for the day.
Yeah, man. That's very interesting. Alrighty. You're still listening to I Love Melville Drive in afternoon drive with Melville Drive. See, I told you.
Where are the afternoons?
I don't know.
No, but it's still the afternoons, not yet.
Yes, it's still afternoon, but it's not the name of the show. I think we need to promote our show. It's the Melville Drive.
Yeah, this is the Melville Drive, but you can still say the Melville afternoon.
Yeah,
drive.
but I'm saying it's I said afternoon drive, and it's not afternoon drive. It's the Melville Drive.
Okay. Yes. Let's tell the people that this is the Melville Drive. The time is exactly 22 minutes past 4. I am the big O with
Kagiso, aka Chonzizi.
So yeah, and another question is now I want to ask you when what do you do when you start on a bad note, like a day? Let's say, what happens when you start on a bad note? Because when I know emotions hit you sometimes they don't. You come here happy, sometimes you don't come here happy. So how do you strategize your day when you start on a bad note already?
I will answer that in a bit. We're still doing the weekend review for now, but I'll definitely answer you.
Oh, is it still the weekend review?
Yeah, we're still doing the
No, but we
review.
are talking about how I start my week and how you. That's what I'm saying. What happens to your week when you start on a bad note?
I get how I asked was when you told us what you did on the weekend.
Okay.
So I was asked. it was a side question to be like, so when
no.
Okay,
No,
I was worried to affect the when you have a hectic schedule, like your weekend was very hectic. So how do you like? And that's when you answered, and we really okay, sharp, we got it.
Did you get my answer?
I did.
Do you want me to explain again?
No.
Are you sure? Oh, feel like you're a kid. You're bored.
Hi, boss.
No, I got it. It's going to go.
We agree that we're not going to fight this week.
We're not fighting. I want to understand.
So why you think I got bored? Marcus, oh, you want to repeat your routine again?
No, I'm not going to repeat it. It's a very long one. I'd rather for you.
I do, friend. You know, I do.
I was gonna have friend. The people don't know, so they must know.
I do pray.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm free tips.
So Rapela, we're doing weekend review.
Yeah, I'm going to give me tips on how to pray for my week.
Yeah.
And how I do a weekend review. Friend. Listen. I get this is the weekend. We're gonna talk about what we had for the weekend and what we learned, right? And what are you excited for the oncoming week? I see on.
That's another segment. We're still on weekend review.
You're very wrong, but it's okay. Let's continue. Ari, let's go forward. Ari.
Anyway, let's dial it back to the weekend that guys, right? A lot of events took place, and I'm gonna speak about the Rose Festia Shakana, right?
Okay.
That was like I did say when I watched it, and I was just like, because I when it comes to performance like artists, I really want to experience them live.
Okay.
You understand?
Have you been to a live show?
Yes.
Okay.
I was at the one for last year. It was,
Okay.
but I wasn't there for too long.
Yes.
It got too much.
Mm.
It really, really got too much. So I was just like, since I like noise, but I don't like too much noise.
Mm.
So I was just like, that's my vibe. I'm gonna.
So what happens, like, since you don't drink alcohol, what happens, like, how do you get the vibe for a live performance?
I told you.
I want to understand. Like,
I
this
drink the soft drinks, I get it. And I told
oh,
you.
why not energy drink?
Yeah, like your energy drink, you. I don't want to mention brands. Yeah, like not naturally. I'm a hype person, so I don't need like alcohol or something else to like get me to enjoy. And I actually prefer enjoying the show, like the artist performing without me like having to drink anything else. Well, besides like your cold drinks and stuff. But then, if I was drinking alcohol, maybe it will be a different story. But I just want to experience the entire show.
All right.
Because I mean, these people work very hard to create the show, so it's only fair that I am 100% charged and be like, yes, let's go,
Okay, I understand. So do you drink these kind of soft energy drinks, or these fizz? It's a gas. Kids king. It's acid, because it's not acid.
Yeah.
It's gas, right?
No, I just drink soft drinks like Coke, darling. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, soft drinks as well as gas, but they're different. I get on a little likes of the energy, likes of Monster. That's a different kind of.
Oh no, I don't like Monster.
What thing?
Maybe Red Blue and
Blue. Marke Blue Monday is fine. Is that a problem? Is that a problem? Okay, tell me. You're still telling me.
Yeah, I like this. I don't want to mention brands, yes, but those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And then you're still telling me about the other shows.
Yes, that show. I just feel like maybe I feel like it's, as much as I know COVID, everything else, but now I really miss like experiencing, because I love going to concerts and just enjoying the music and the vibe, but not too much. Maybe just have a nice fella and then experience whatever.
Okay, in these live performances, where do you particularly blow? Like,
it will depend. If I'm invited, obviously VIP. If I'm not, then I'll chill with. There's nothing wrong with chilling at general. Like honestly, there's the vibe.
General is there.
Like the vibe is there.
But it's not safe sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gets a bit and I'm just like, oh my gosh, can I breathe?
Are you claustrophobic? Are you claustrophobic?
Not really. It was just that I really enjoy my own space.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want. You know how good general, like I'm here
and someone is right here.
And I'm like,
but again, you can get spots where you guys can chill as your squad. But
some events don't
allow that.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, and also, how do you jive when you're just like?
You know why I did the chill Sundays? Sunday all white.
No,
Sunday services you should go, because you get there, there's music playing there on the stages, and then you sit down and camp chair, you guys have your drinks, whatever you guys are drinking on that day, and if you guys smoke happily or whatsoever, you guys can do that, right? And then you guys just chill, and then if your favorite song comes up, you stand up, you vibe to it. If it's done, you sit down.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a lot of admin, bringing a chair, and
you're going to have to relax at some point in time, because when you don't do intoxicate.
Exactly.
But the problem is when you are intoxicated.
Yeah.
Now there's a time where you have to rest.
Yeah, and be like, you are eating calapas.
Yeah, and sometimes when you scream a lot, now you have a huge headache.
But you see, my thing is, I will never go to a fest or an event where I'm just gonna go and sit, because I want to experience everything. So I'm doing a lot of up and downs and just check what's happening there, and also network. It's also a perfect time to network with people and be like, oh no, I like that and that, you understand? So you never know who you're gonna bump into. Maybe you're gonna bump into your future boss. You understand?
That's so true,
I just need to do a lot of networking. So I don't go there and just chill and be like, I'm tired.
So when I performance, network.
Yes.
I think when we go off, you have to teach me about that.
I'm gonna obviously do research and find out who's there, and what the event is all about. And if I feel like it's the people who are in the same work line that I'm in, they definitely be like, okay, cool, now girl, as much as you're gonna have fun, but you must also be
wise.
Yes, and try to see, okay, let me go and speak, and maybe
that's very nice to do, because at some point you're gonna get to a point where you don't have to network now. People have to come to you.
You know what I mean?
He's a slim kid.
You know what I
really
mean?
like that, actually. It really is a good thing. Now
well, y'all are going for fun, just like
when you're for
America, guys, let's skip the next gig, and we're like, yo, do you need this? They were like, here's my contact details. Let's get into it.
No, that's very good. I actually have to take a few tips from you. If you guys are watching, this is the Melville Drive. I am the big O with
Kagiso Pare, aka
And we're,
Zizi,
yes, sir. And we're just
celebrate.
talking about the weekend review. But right now, we're going to have our news bulletin with Nompumelelo Gombi.
It's actually the headlines, but it's the same thing. Let's get it.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all
queers.
that is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Kindly hosted by I Love Melville Live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
And with the news headlines at the bottom of the hour. Good afternoon, lovers. I am Nompumelelo Kumbi. The time now is 4:30. MKV to hold protest march against Transport Minister. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested, and the United Kingdom's hospital admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the first lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. Taking a look in on our finances, the dollar is trading at 16 Rand 54 cents, and the euro is trading at 19 Rand 58 cents. Gold is trading at a high of 31,813 Rand 94 cents an ounce, and Brent crude at 704 Rand and 7 cents a barrel. And for the weather, it's partly cloudy today in Johannesburg with highs of 17 degrees Celsius and a low of 10 degrees Celsius expected this evening. For I Love Melville.live news, good afternoon, livers. I am Nompumelelo Kumbi. The time now is 32 minutes past 4. I will follow with the news headlines at the top of the hour. But for now, back to the final. It's not the final segment. Back to the Melville Drive with the Big O and Kagiso Pare.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all
queers.
that is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Kindly hosted by I Love Melville Live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Patsy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
This is the Melville Drive. The time is exactly 33 minutes past 4, which means it is 27 minutes to 5. I am the Big O with Kagiso Pare Celebrities. There's going to be a Grumpy Old Homo Pride Party on the 29th of October 2020.
Yes.
Please do buy your tickets wherever you are, because it's going to have a very, very great... It's not party. It's Patsy. Okay, it's a Pride Patsy, 29 October 2020. There we go.
So that's something that you really need to look forward to. You're still tuning into the Melville Drive with myself, Kagiso Pare, as O said, and himself, O as well. Oh, today what's happening?
What's happening? But we are on. It's fine.
We're
It's not a
on,
problem.
yeah, man. Now we're
man.
going to jump into our next segment. It's called it's the topic of the day, and rather the main topic of the day is how to start the week on a positive note.
Yes,
right?
sir.
It's very, very important to start on a positive note. And I've got a couple of tips that I'm going to read out. So... and then we're gonna discuss them in a bit, right?
I'm also gonna ask you a couple of questions too, miss.
Ask me. Why?
Because we want to know.
Don't
The
ask
viewers
me.
want to know questions. They want answers.
Ungambuz. Okay. So basically, these are the tips on how you can really try to start your day on a positive note, right? The first
alrighty.
one is write out before bed.
Okay.
So
Before you sleep,
yes,
you must
basically.
write down whatever you're going to do tomorrow. Okay.
You see, I told you about having a meeting with
Yourself.
yourself, and so it's very, very important so that you know tomorrow you check and be like, hey, I have to do this. I've got a meeting and I'm doing that and I've got
Okay.
that. So it's very, very important. So don't just wake up and say, I'll go with the flow. Sometimes it
Okay.
doesn't work. Sometimes it works for people. I think it works for people who are pros.
You know, with me, I just plan out my day in my head. And it goes accordingly.
Really doesn't work.
Very, very
Give
well.
advice, like how do you just randomly
No,
wake up?
you must have not randomly wake up,
yeah.
but like on the day before, like it's stated there.
Yes.
Even though you don't have to write it. If you're
Yeah.
that kind of person that doesn't really, I was a person that I was just like read whatever that's on the board at school, and then I'd analyze, and then I'd get everything into my head. Then I go to, you understand?
yes.
I didn't, even when I studied, I never had to write things down. I would just read through the textbook and whatsoever. So I would sit down the day before. Now think, what am I going to do tomorrow? Right? Okay, first of all, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to eat. From eating, I'm going to do that, and then do that, and then when it hits 5 o'clock, everything must be done. Then from that moment, it's the way to go.
Okay, maybe that could work. Maybe, but I'm scared that I'm scared to try it out.
You remember we have even in LO we had 3 different kinds of people.
Yes.
Those who plan out the days with mind maps and whatsoever.
Yeah.
Those who write down notes.
Yes.
And those who think about it.
Yes.
So I'm the thinking.
All right, I see. I'm scared. I don't think I will ever do that. The way I'm so used to like writing down things.
Yes, you're that person.
Yeah, I don't think it will work for me. Anyway, number 2, change your alarm clock.
It's what 3 again.
No, I think this one means like the sound of your alarm.
Really?
Yeah, I could know that some alarms go that irritating me sound. So rather get an alarm that has a very nice ringtone,
Smoothing.
so that it's exciting to wake up. Because some people have alarm, they're like, I don't want to wake up. You understand?
Yes, because
so
of
rather
the
maybe if
annoying
you get
sound.
so
Okay.
maybe if you get like
That's a great tip.
if you get a nice song, I mean not song, a nice sound,
Yes.
then it's exciting. Or maybe
Okay.
be like Vuga imali kona.
Yo.
You know, something like that.
You know, besides that, with the Vuga Imali corner, I used to, you know, when you on your alarm clock on your phone,
Yes.
like you write what needs to be said.
Yes.
So now it was on some wake up and go get that bag.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, when
And
I look at that,
every time when you look at you like, girl, guy, you have to
I'm
wake
going
up.
to get that bag.
You have to.
There's no
And then
other
tip
way.
number 3 is read something positive.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So every day in the morning, you can read a verse from the Bible,
Okay.
but also try to read something positive.
Okay.
And then that something positive will get you, you
Yes.
know what? Let's go. Let's
Okay.
run.
No,
with
that's
the day,
very
you
good.
understand? It's very, very important. So read something positive and it helps. Have you been reading something? Do you read something
Me
positive?
personally, I sometimes do read the Bible. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have, sometimes I don't have the time, no matter how bad it might sound, but I do have. Sometimes I try to.
I gave you that look.
I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
No, but you know what?
anything.
As well, what helps me with my phone is that I do
Yes.
have this Bible app on my app. I mean, on my phone.
Yes.
So it just pops up. Sometimes I do read it. Sometimes I just like slide it up. But I go and I'm that guy who likes to listen to things. So I go into the platform where you see videos and whatsoever, and you're able to actually go into motivational talks.
Oh yes.
And then I listen to whatever he has to say, because
yes.
like that's why I like this radio presenting job, because I feel like talking to someone would actually give that person an enlightenment in whatever they're feeling, the emotions and whatsoever, for them to actually have a better day.
True. Interesting. Yes, that's so true. And tip number 4 is break a sweet. This means like now you must, so in the morning, try to eat something sweet so that you are.
Oh, break a sweet. Okay.
Not, I don't think they meant it like that, but maybe they can be like that. But I think for me, what
Yeah, relax. I think it's. But
no, you didn't hear what I was saying.
Like this thing must come out of that mouth. That
It
is trying
didn't
not
come
to.
out the right way. So I was like, are you gonna come out the
or
way
not?
or not?
But here you can continue.
Yeah, I'm basically saying, I think what it means is that like try eat something sweet. You know.
But actually, let's say when you're eating the sweet, there's some point where you're going to have to crush it with your teeth. So that's breaking the
okay,
sweet.
you are like now you are like getting into like you're stretching it now.
I can't make them understand.
Oh, okay. Yes, ladies and gents, wherever you are, you must break.
That's sweet. It's like a sweet.
Yeah, man. And tip number 5 is eat a healthy breakfast.
Okay.
I cannot stress enough about this. You really, really need to eat a healthy breakfast.
Can I tell you an interesting thing?
I'm sure you don't eat it.
I don't eat breakfast.
Why?
It makes me feel weird.
No wonder you are this person.
What do you mean? No. I'm feeling insulted now. What do you mean I'm this person?
Cinderella.
No, don't say Cinderella because you are the one that started. It's not like you mentioned something else. It's about
No,
me.
what I'm saying is,
What kind of person am I to start off with?
a bubbly person.
So
This
also,
energetic person.
also people who do eat breakfast are not bubbly.
They're very calm.
Well, it sounds very energetic. That's how ratty you are.
They're very calm and they are just doing things in the right way.
Yeah. Oh, so now I'm not doing things in the right way. Wow. Are you hearing her, guys? On a Monday, no half. Is this how she's starting on a note? Is this her note?
Don't take it personal.
I have to take it personal because wow, I don't do things
take
the right
it
way. But
personal.
anyway, let's
move on. Yeah, number 6 is change your perspective. Yeah, whatever. Like maybe, I think what you think life, the way you view life, and if you always view life like in a negative way, you need to change that.
But what I want to ask is that how do you know that whatever you're thinking is wrong?
I think you will feel it. You will know that this is wrong.
But what
maybe
if
we're different. Not for me personally. When for example, if I feel like something is wrong, I will feel it. It will just I feel it. Like this is not. Yeah. And then when I feel like something is exciting,
you just into your instinct actually.
Yeah, I could say that. You see the inner voice.
Okay.
Listen to it.
Okay, now I hear you. Yeah. And then another tip,
yes. So actually, yes, create something to look forward to. So for example, if maybe you try to create something exciting for the week.
Okay.
You know, for me, there's a lot of things that I always try to.
What do you create?
Things like the shows that I do, I look forward to them all the time.
The shoes or the shows?
The shows.
Oh, okay. So
I never.
Guys,
shoes.
Hey, I can mix. People are very good out here who make shoes and what's so I'm thinking you are part of that.
No, like shoes that I think about shoes.
You see, it's not me. This time it really isn't me. This is you. It's not me.
Because I'm thinking about it.
Okay, sorry, Shabuki. You can continue here. You think about the shows?
I think about the shows that I do and the just being excited about life. So I think I try to think about positive things all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the last tip is have your weekly to-do list already complete. So
weekly guys, if you're listening back at home, whether on your roads, workplaces, or restaurants, you must understand that you must have a full-on week to-do list.
True. We don't even gonna argue about this. You need to have
a full-on week.
Yes. You must know what you're gonna do.
Oh.
So yeah, man, those are the tips for the topic of the day and how to kickstart your day on a positive note.
But now I have questions for you.
I told you.
But listen here. You are obliged to answer these questions.
Okay.
Why are Mondays generalized or known as bad days?
I don't know, because for me, Mondays are never bad days for me. Maybe it's because people come from, I don't know. Honestly, I'll be lying. I think because I'm talking about for me now.
Okay.
For me, Mondays are never Monday is actually an exciting day because it's a fresh new day.
Okay.
And it's the first day of a new week.
Okay.
I'm excited. Let's see what this week holds for us or for myself. So I never see it as a bad or blue Monday. Like people will say, be like,
what's the difference between a blue Monday and a normal Monday?
Maybe blue, you're asking the wrong person again. I have no idea. Maybe blue Monday for them means that it's a bad day.
Oh, wait, according to that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm going to now sing along to the song.
Yeah.
Every Monday. I get
Yeah.
Blue Monday. Tuesday weekend.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking that maybe Blue Monday is a nice bluish Monday. You're looking up at the skies and it's sunny.
You can flip the script and try see it in hence I'm saying enough for me. Blue Mondays don't exist in my world.
Okay.
Hence I say it's pink Mondays for me.
All right. So so blue?
Pink is a bright color.
Blue, you know?
It's a dull color. It's a color. No, I'm not saying it's not a nice color.
But it's dull.
Yeah, it's just.
What's your explanation of dull?
We're not in that. We're not.
But we're
there.
talking about Mondays and Blue Mondays, I guess.
No, but for me, this is too dark. Like already, when you just walk and you just seeing like this, for me, it looks dark.
Okay.
Maybe if you say baby blue, you know, there's a difference between like
Baby blue, I get it.
yeah, that one you're wearing. That one is it's very like it's
Okay.
I can work with that, but
Okay.
this one is a bit dark.
Okay, and then how okay, but we spoke about how to start well, right? And then how do you fix your mind for the week ahead?
I try to think of positive things.
Okay.
You know, I tried, like, you remember I told you that you need to look forward to the week.
Mm.
So I always try to find positive things all the time
Okay.
and be like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I love Thursdays, by the way.
Why do you love Thursdays?
For another different reason. But anyway, I love Thursdays. And then after Thursdays.
Oh, Thursdays.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
Hello, what did you hear? Oh,
Thursdays. Okay.
yeah, I love Thursdays. And then Fridays I love Fridays because that's when I go to pre-production and so yeah, I try to think of like positive things.
Okay.
And be like, okay, girl, new week. What? Let's re-challenge ourselves a little bit.
No, that's very that's
you?
that's very nice. How do I start? No, what was the question again? How do I fix my mind, I guess, for the week ahead?
Yes.
Fixing my mind. Personally, me speaking, I don't know. I would actually be on some, you know what, my boy. Now you have to actually work very hard, because I've also learned that hard work does beat talent if talent does not work as hard, right? So obviously I would also put this mindset that Vela must work hard, because have you noticed when you try to get advice from, like, let's say a top tier person or your uncle or your mom or your dad,
yeah,
they'll always tell you that you must always work hard. Always work hard. So there's never an easy way out, even in this industry that we're in. People find it as if like it's an easy thing, but they don't understand that we have the pressure. We have to now go back with the people, the bad things that people say to us as well. And there's some people, even your own producer or even your own director, will tell you, you know what, you're not doing a great job, and now you're gonna feel not quite of a nice person, right?
Yeah.
So me personally speaking, I'm very good at taking critics. That's one thing I know. So let's say my mom would, like, in the morning, I would wear something and she'd tell me, no, you're not wearing good, right? Now it'd be on some, okay, fine, I'm not wearing good. Let me just try to, because what she sees is something that I'm not seeing, right? At the end of the day, you as a person, you have to understand what you're wearing and you must feel good in what you're wearing. But from the outer perspective, we've got a mirror, but you must remember there are different kinds of mirrors.
Yes.
So if I see myself looking
but your
good,
mirror is the most important mirror. So if your mirror tells you, oh, you look good, you don't really need to care what Kahoso's mirror says.
No. But you must understand. Yeah, how? I get mama how.
Yeah.
There's that mirror in the hallway, or there's that mirror in the in the dining room or whatsoever, and then there's a mirror in your room. There's also a mirror in your mother's room or in your father's room. There's also a mirror in the bathroom. You go there, you look at that mirror, like, yo, I'm fine of peel, yo. And then you go to the other mirror and like, no, man, something's wrong here. You understand? So that's why I'm saying there are different kinds of mirrors. And the only kind of mirror that's a great mirror is the eyelid or the eye itself, right? So that's why they always say that there's nothing's faster than the eye itself. You understand? So you can never ever beat the eye. So that's why I would also like to say that if somebody comes up to me and says, you know what, I don't think what you're doing is quite the right way, maybe try to do this. But then I'll be on some, okay, fine. How is this going to help me? Is it going to help her or him? Is it going to help me in later return or whatsoever? So I think I evaluate first, and then obviously, I mean, you can't come to me and say,
well, it's fine. Let me take it, because I also call other people's names. It's fine.
Yeah, I remember that other day.
You called me.
But anyway, so with me, it's also.
So wait, what's your person?
My God, what person are you talking about? I've got a friend called Katz, the producer of the Melville Drive. That's my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So obviously, it always happens that I must understand what your points first. Let's say you're on some Omolim or Big O. I don't think what you're doing is okay. Maybe try to do this because this won't work, because this on something won't work with this and that. You understand? I'll be on some weight. Is this working for your favor or is it working for my favor? Right? And if it works for the both of us, then sharp, that's the way to go. But if it's not, then I'll try another way for it to please me and you at the same time. Yeah. You understand? Yes. That I don't know. Maybe that works for me very well.
Yeah, maybe it's working for you.
It really does
Hence
work for
sharing
me.
it to us. maybe
Yeah.
you can help someone else out there.
I think you're helping everybody that's watching, whether you're on the road,
Mm-hmm.
where you ever in the restaurant, workplace, or even at home.
Mm.
If you think that whatever I'm saying right now would help you, please do take it into consideration. This is the Melville Drive.
Yes.
The time is exactly 10 minutes to 5. I am the big O with. Chomzizi and the celebrities. What's about awards?
They know, man.
No,
You know, sometimes
but you must understand what.
man. No, sometimes you don't have to say it all the time. They know.
No. Again,
They know.
There always new people coming.
No,
into the
definitely.
show.
My people know. My people.
Yeah, but
they know.
despite your people, there are other people that are not yet your people to become your person.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, I'm sure they started the show with us.
No. Despite the
maybe
show, even right now,
Yeah.
so at least maybe let's say what's an amount to know. So
Yeah. Okay, let's start again. Okay. I mean.
Tom.
Oh, okay. You're listening to I Love Marvel.live and you're listening to the Marvel Drive with myself, Karisa Pare, but you can call me Chomzizi, Yeti Celebrities. I'm not by myself, I'm with
The big O. Yes. This is your spotlight. Wait, celebrities.
Why are you doing this?
Because it's you. It's your
okay.
Pink Monday today, even though we are surrounded by blue, but it's your Pink Monday. At the
I think
end
we
of the
should
day.
change the aesthetics.
How are you going to change? Because this is the brand of the station anyway.
Oh yeah.
So we can't. Unfortunately, we can't do that.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool. You're still listening to, like I said, to Marvel Drive with myself, K Pare, aka Celebrities, and the big O himself. Now, I want us to go back to the mental health segment because I feel like we didn't really talk about it, you know, and it's a very, very, very serious topic, and we really need to talk about it in a more serious way. Okay, cool. So you remember I gave like few tips or rather signs in terms of like if these signs you pick them, that's when you must know maybe maybe you need to see someone and try to get help. It's very, very important. Another one is yelling or fighting with a family or friends. That is so important. That is not important, but that's very true. You're not laughing. So so yeah. So if you start now yelling at people.
Where's the guy I'm putting? Bullet.
No, it's fine.
Where's the guy I'm putting? When okay, with me, I always had this thing, the anger issues and whatsoever, right? But it was maintained because I took medication, but long way back. You understand?
Really, you suffered from anger issues?
Yeah, I suffered from anger issues. Also, I had ADHD, so it actually intertwined with one another. So everything would just like. It would hit me like very quickly until I got to the doctor, psychologist first, and they would tell me what I'm suffering from as a person, and then sharp relevant, and then everything goes well, and then they now prescribe you to medication that you have to take every single day. Yeah, it's an 8-hour medication which makes you to chill, it makes you to relax. So you won't find if I drink those pills, even if today I drink that medication, you won't see now the big O and this big personality. I'm gonna be very sloppy and very concentrated too. So I'll be working on my books. I actually want to do something very productive. It makes you focus on one thing. Because as an ADHD person, it's a chronic disease, right? Chronic illness instead. So it makes you. I can't focus on one thing.
So you must do at least 3 things at the same time.
Yeah, with me, it kind of helps me because I'm able to multitask. So gents that aren't able to do that, that's what one thing we know.
And
so
girls be open.
Girls are kind of open, are kind of good with multitask.
Okay, not all.
Okay, well, most.
Yeah.
Should you say that, right? So with me, it actually helps me. So if my mom tells me, you got to do that and you got to do that and you got to do that. So I'm quite easy at like getting that at the same quite time and then actually get right through it. So this whole medication thing made me relax as a whole person. So let's say if somebody would come up to you and would try to provoke you, because I always like hang around people who would also always try to provoke me, knowing that I'm a very quick person to like get up to something and just like start fighting or get angry or whatsoever. So now it was quite easy to make me just someone and just focus on whatever I do. Yes. Right. Yes. But I was very good at overcoming that whole like feeling of that pill as well. So if someone would try to, let's say, make fun of me in front of people, I'm very good at coming back at someone. So even though I was quiet doing my work, somebody would try to provoke me to say something and I would say it back to hit them. You understand? And then that would be, and then now I'll feel at ease because I didn't do anything to that person. And then we would work like that.
Friends, that's very dangerous.
What do you mean it's very dangerous?
No, I mean the whole thing of you now wanting to react.
No, it's not dangerous. It is dangerous for some people who don't know now how to maintain.
Yeah, but that's
it.
what I'm saying. It's
It's
dangerous.
yeah, that's
It
what I'm saying.
is.
It's very important for people to go get help.
Yes,
Even though we don't have the
yes,
money to go to a private
yes.
psychologist, but
Mhm.
they're government psychologists too. There's social workers that can actually help you with that too. You understand?
Mm.
So, luckily enough, the primary school that I went to, like all the teachers, because in teaching you study psychology too, so they were quite easy to spot my well-being.
Yeah.
That's when they actually prescribed me. I mean, referred me to a psychologist, and that's when they started seeing the problem because it was back in grade 3. So I stopped
That
drinking
was
this.
a
It was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I started drinking this pills in 2010. I mean, 2010 in grade 10. Sorry,
You stopped.
I stopped in grade 10
Is there a reason why you stopped?
because
Or-
the doctor told me that now I'm okay.
Oh, but do you feel okay?
Come on, I mean, look at me.
I mean, you never know these things. You might say you're okay, but you're not.
No, I am okay.
Okay.
I'm a very happy person right now. I was not happy because of certain things that happened in my life. You understand? Because you know how it is. You go through certain things, but now
You bounce back, honey, like you never.
now I'm able to talk about it. But when if you see somebody talking about the issues, you must
Yes.
understand that they actually went through the process of the hurt situation, and now they're able to talk about it to someone.
No. Some they while talking about it, they are
Healing too.
Yes,
Really?
it's not necessarily of like now I've healed, now I can talk about it. Yes, some do. I'm speaking from experience. I do
Okay.
it all the time. Sometimes I'm not okay with the situation,
And you talk about
and
it.
I talk about it.
And
And
that's when you
while I'm talking about it, that's when I get like answers and I'm starting to heal and everything like that.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe
Maybe it's a 50-50. Some do and some don't.
yeah,
right?
some don't. All right, another one is having low or no energy. So when
Yeah.
your energy is
So
so
low.
low or you don't have at all, then that's like another sign that you really need to like go and see maybe a doctor or start
Okay.
speaking to someone else. You know,
Is that also like if you suffer from fatigue? Does it go hand in hand with that? Because from suffering from fatigue, you don't have any energy, like your body shuts down, right?
I don't know. Maybe we should get a doctor for this one.
Maybe we should get a doctor
But
to come
that's
in.
yeah. Because actually, me, I haven't experienced some of them, so I wouldn't really know. But maybe.
Okay, like haven't you been like on a road trip like for a certain amount of days? And then when
No.
you come back from home, then like your body like switches off. Like you don't know how you slept, but you see yourself waking up.
No.
Never. Okay,
But
like-
I've been on a road trip, but I'm okay.
Your body has never shut down.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's another one? Okay, I mentioned this one. Hearing voices or believing things that are not true. Hectic.
But how are you gonna know if it's true or
That's
not?
my thing. Maybe it's because you were good. So,
Instinct, Lord. Happen also
but
like
what
a
kind of
voice?
voices are we talking about? Like maybe if are you
Dark voices?
that's what I'm asking. Like, is it like maybe like your like I don't know.
No, okay, let's say despite dark voices and whatsoever, you coming up to me, guys, I know the kind of person you are already, or the kind of person that you are. I know that you're a very no filter person, and you see it how it is.
Okay.
Now when you come to me and then you try to like when you put something, and the one thing that I also notice about you is that you don't look at me straight. You look at me straight in the eye. Now when you're trying to lie, obviously you're not going to look at me straight in the eye.
I look people straight in their eyes, darling.
Whenever you lie.
Yes, I will.
I don't know.
Is it?
Something's you know the people who lie and they even though it's not their eyes, but something here.
Oh yeah.
I just go along with you for you to lie more.
Yeah.
And then one day, because you know when you lie, you forget. So I'm gonna come back and ask you about that.
No, I'm a professional liar, honey.
Really?
I'll remember receipts.
Are we safe, Melville passengers and drivers out there? Are we safe?
I'll remember receipts from 2013 and it'd be like, yeah, I did say.
Really?
But Loki knowing that I
I'm
lied.
it's true.
It's called acting, darling. But anyway, I actually said you're an actor the other day.
I am an actor.
So you must be good at lying.
Have you ever seen me? Have you ever thought that I'm lying before?
I don't know. Just because I don't pay attention.
Yes.
When was this?
Yes. Every day.
What do you mean?
Every day this guy's lying. He lies to us every day. Every day. Like now he's been saying wakes up at 3. This guy wakes up at 9.
Yeah, but when 9, how do I wake up at 9 when I have to get to school at 9?
Boys, let's get back to the program.
Okay, we are very sorry.
Yeah, let's get out.
Lies.
All right, the
Wow.
other one. I did mention this one. Hearing voices and believing things that are not true. Thinking of harming yourself or hurting yourself rather. Having unexpected inches and pains.
Okay.
You know, maybe you feel like a pain out of nowhere.
With those tips, do you have to have all of them or just one?
Maybe mix, because you can have one For example,
one can be with your body like suffering from something.
yes, but I think to be on the safe side, when you're experiencing all these signs, just try to get help.
Or all of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
once I've just mentioned,
Alrighty.
just trying to get help.
Okay.
And then the mental health and wellness. Positive mental health allows people to realize their full potential, cope with stresses of life, work productively, and make meaningful contribution to the communities.
Okay. No, that's very good. I feel like we have to give back to the community at some point in time, right?
Yeah.
You must understand.
If you can.
Don't
Don't put pressure on people.
Not literally putting pressure on people, but that one rand at least to a beggar or a street person or whatsoever, at least it will go a long way.
Yeah, man, it's 5:00. We're still talking all things how to start the week or the day on a positive note, rather, excuse me, right here on I Love Melville.live with myself, Karisa Pare, aka Chumzizi, the celebrities, and having the big O himself.
Yes.
And we're about to move into the second last news rather for the day, or rather the last news for the day, and then we're coming back with the dessert. Remember I spoke about the dessert? We're coming back with the dessert. So our girl Nompimile goes on standby with the news bulletin.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
All that
queers.
is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Currently hosted by I Love Melville.live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Fancy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
In with the news headlines at the top of the hour. Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula goes on a Twitter rampage. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested. And the United Kingdom's hospital admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the first lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. I Love Melville.live news. Good afternoon. I am Nompumelelo Gumbi. The time now is 5:02. On Monday morning, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula had gone on a hectic Twitter rampage against the Gauteng Umkhonto Wesizwe Military Veterans Association. This comes after MVA called for the arrest of Mbalula, whom they've accused of doing nothing about the severely crippled and vandalized rail system in the country. As it stands, only 7 metro rails, 34 commuter lines are currently in operation. While Mbalula has come out guns blazing, calling the national spokesperson Carl Hayhorse a thug and accusing the organization of grandstanding. The march will be supported by the South African National Civic Organization and the Congress of the South African Students. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested regarding a multi-million rand police tender from back in 2017, where former National Police Commissioner Khomotso Phahlane was also arrested. The suspect will appear in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court on Monday. She's charged with corruption, fraud, theft, and money laundering. The case is in relation to the supply of emergency warning equipment for the police service in 2017. 191 million rands was issued for the contract. However, only 65 million rands was paid to the service provider. And lastly, England is bracing itself for the rollout of strict new coronavirus measures as part of a new system of local lockdowns. This comes after hospitals across the UK reported a surge in the number of COVID-19 related admissions, more than the numbers seen at the start of the lockdown. Areas in the north, like the city of Liverpool, are expected to be put immediately in the most severe tier. Taking a look in on our finances, the dollar is trading at 16 Rand 54 cents, and the euro is trading at 19 Rand 58 cents. Gold is trading at a high of 31,813 Rand 94 cents an ounce, and Brent crude oil at 704 Rand and 7 cents a barrel. And well, for the weather, it's partly cloudy today in Johannesburg with highs of 17 degrees and lows of 10 degrees expected this evening. Recapping in on our top stories, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula goes on a Twitter rampage. A Deputy National Police Commissioner has been arrested. And the United Kingdom's hospitals' admissions have exceeded levels seen at the start of the first lockdown. New stricter rules are expected. For I Love Melville.live news, good afternoon, livers. I am Nompumelelo Kumbi. The time now is 4 minutes past 5. But for now, back to the final segment of the Melville Drive with the Big O and Kagiso Page, aka the Chomzizi ya the Celebrities.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, and we are in Pride Month.
We are in Pride Month, and tonight
Celebrating queers.
Queers,
And all
queers.
that is queer.
So we're doing a fundraiser on the 29th of October. Kindly hosted by I Love Melville.live, and there's sponsored food and drink.
Entertainment.
We've got the Avalon Quartet. We've got the Mamas.
Lilo's going to perform.
And Robert Whitehead. Fancy City, I tell you. There was everybody everywhere.
Welcome back. You're still tuning into Melville Drive with myself, Kagiso Page. Don't forget, we're throwing a big party on the 29th of October, right here on iLiveMarvel.live, where it is the party for all Pride. We're celebrating Pride Month, so we're ending it with a bang. So you can get all your tickets for only 500 Rand. For more information, go to our website. That's www.ilovemarvel.live for more information about that. Or you can catch the show Monday and Thursdays to find out how or what you can expect on that party. Man, it's going to be an epic one. Now we're back for the last segment of the show. You're still tuning to Melville Drive with myself, Kagiso Page, aka Chomzizi, the Celebrities, and I'm with the Big O himself. And we're about to get into the ship drive. Are you ready wherever you are?
My favorite segment.
Are you ready wherever you are?
I am ready. I don't know about the viewers. Are you guys ready?
I'm sure they are. Sure they are. Alrighty.
Okay.
So you know how we do in Ship Drive? It's all about like kind of scenarios or whatever, just to talk about relationships, right?
Okay.
And today we're asking the burning question, right?
All right.
What are the fundamentals of a relationship?
Are you asking me now?
No, it's just a question.
The question?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna talk about it.
Alrighty,
For you
no
personally,
problem.
what works for you?
Like I said the other day, that loyalty first with me, right? Don't tell me that you love me. I really would want you to start off by being loyal to me and giving me the freedom to actually trust you too, right? So if you show me that you're you're a loyal person, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna actually try to trust you,
Yeah.
and then when I do, then you know that we're in. And then careness, like the smallest things matter to me. Like let's say maybe there's something wrong with my outfit, or there's something wrong with something on my face, then you remove it. Whether it could be an eye crust, a snot, or some drool of spit or whatsoever. As long as you're trying to care up for me, for actually to look better and whatsoever.
Yes.
The careness. And then also show me that even if while I'm with you, whatever we're talking about, it's not gonna go on to the next person. You get what I'm trying to say? That's like everything must be in within us. You understand?
And also love. You when are you saying love?
Love enough for now.
So you're telling me that you don't want love?
I do, but not now. Like there's the right time for love. That's why I say I want loyalty
But you should
first.
start there.
No. Because if you love me, you can still do something bad to me. Like I
But
said,
I can still be loyal to you and still do something
no.
bad to you.
That's highly impossible. If I'm
I'm
loyal,
telling
if I'm a
you,
loyal person, I could never do something bad to
the
you.
devil would test, bro. Like
The-
the devil would
Then
test.
that means you're not loyal enough for me, and I'm leaving.
But how many people stay loyal to one person throughout the year? Like, let's be realistic now. It's rare that you would get someone who's loyal throughout.
That's why I'm saying right now, because people are not loyal to other people.
Yeah.
I'm not actually willing for a relationship, but I'm actually keen to actually get into a relationship. But like on loyalty for me is the best
It's
policy.
everything. Okay.
You understand?
Now for me, trust. I have to trust you. if I sense that I don't trust you somewhere, then we're gonna have a problem.
But are you gonna ever try to find ways to trust that person?
Yes, I'll make ways.
Okay.
I will dig. I have to trust you.
Okay.
If I get like this thing of then I would know. No, let me not even go there.
But you must understand that sometimes it goes with like a personality of someone. With me, right? Most especially with like women and whatsoever, right? It's always on some. I don't think you're the kind of person that I would trust, even though I never gave them a reason to. But I have that look for somebody not to be trusted
Also,
in a way
you
of
judge
relationship.
based on how
People
they
judge
are.
me.
Oh, not you judging them.
They always tell me on some, I don't think I'm able to trust you. And I ask, but why? They're like, I really don't know, but I just can't trust you just as yet. And I ask, but I never gave you a reason not to. So why are you not trusted? They're like, no, but maybe it's because of the way you look. You don't seem like someone who's trustable enough. So that's why I want to add on to what you said, that if you think that I can't trust this person, sometimes it's not about you not feeling that I'm, it's about you having to learn that person, or actually get into their own perspectives of certain things, their mindsets and whatsoever. So, and that's when you actually get to know this person, for you to actually trust them too.
Yeah, but for me, trust.
But I get to go for advice.
Yeah, and I receive it. I'm taking it, but still, trust has to be there because it's very important.
So
I can't. It's even in a friendship. We can't be friends if I don't trust you.
Okay, let's say right now, we're together in a relationship, I get. So you have to trust me from the get-go. Is that what you say?
Yes.
My guys. Really?
Yes.
I feel like you have to learn how to trust each other. We both have to learn how to trust each other. We must give each other
And how do we learn? Do we get to know each other?
Yes,
and then
learn
I'll see
each
if
other.
maybe if this person I just, not for me, it's from the get-go.
Really?
Yeah, it's the things that you do. I don't know, maybe your actions or whatever, but then I'm gonna get this vibe like I trust Muzi, or I trust or I trust whoever. You understand?
So let's say what kind of person that would come up to you, or what are the actions that would make you not trust the person of somebody?
I think his aura.
Okay.
Him just arriving in jail. I'm just like, no, but how can you judge these things without judging someone? How can you
That's why I say
analyze these things without judging someone?
No. You don't have to judge anyone to analyze something. You can literally just talk to that person and try to analyze while talking to that person.
Yes. We are gonna have a conversation, right? But sometimes people can fake the conversation and act like, okay, cool. Maybe they are aware, or maybe I'm aware that I want you to trust me, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
put on a facade.
Yes, I'm gonna try to give you what I want you to hear from me. You understand? So I'll if you want a good person, I'll be a good person.
But don't you think that comes in when it's like it's too good to be true now? Like whatever you're saying just seems so sweet, or whatever you're saying just seems so.
But some people are like that though.
But not every time. Like you can't be like every day. Like go better like a menge.
Yeah.
There's sometimes.
No, but I can tell when you're shying me from the get go.
No. What's more? I get, let's say,
Nakabona. Get clever.
I
will know that.
But you see that's what I'm telling you. That like now you're trying to like make everything sound so cliche now. Like all these good things that you're telling me on some like one more.
But what if the person is a good person? I'm not saying okay, we have our bad traits and whatever, we've got our bad sides, right? I understand that. But what if 80% I'm a good person and maybe 20% I'm not?
Yeah, despite that, I get the days where you also want yourself, and you like like you can never be happy throughout the week. That's one thing we all should know.
No, I'm happy throughout. I'm 100 and something. I'm happy Monday till Sunday.
But listen, despite you, I know you're a happy person. There's some. No, I'm not saying the whole day you're going to be sloppy and miserable. Yeah. But there's going to be like a time, like it's an hour or like 30 minutes of your time where you like you should just start feeling okay.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's when. That's the time where I feel like in relationships we need to actually understand each other by those like days. Let's say you're at my place, right? And at that point in time you're not feeling okay. The way you treat me is how I'm going to actually analyze you and how I'm going to now know you as a person. when you're not feeling okay, there's certain things that I should do if I'm willing to compromise. You understand? Like that's why also the relationship is compromisation. We as people, as individuals in the relationship, we must understand the fact that are you willing to compromise certain things in that relationship, and if not, leave as quickly as possible. Because I mean, like ego studies, me, I'm a very observant person.
Yeah.
So when I look at you in the eye, or like the certain things that you do or whatsoever, I come level and you look at your views on certain things.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on some, okay, fine, this person's thinking like this. Maybe for me it's not the right thing. But if you're angry today, okay, maybe I can try something else. Like let me not talk to her for like 15 minutes, or let me not talk to her until she comes back to me. That's compromisation. But some people where I'm not willing even to compromise.
Like same, I would know.
You understand? But you must understand that in a relationship, you must, if you want to be in that particular relationship, you have to compromise. And if that person is not compromising when you need the compromisation, then now you have to leave.
Yeah, that's a bit tricky because we have to compromise because there's certain things that I don't like that he's doing, but because I love him and I trust him, I'll stay.
Yeah, we can say that. We can really say that. But like I said, love as well comes a long way. It doesn't come a long way, but like you said, you love somebody and you like it's I was reading this meme that's saying that like you guys you have 99 problems and whatsoever miserable things, but this one thing that's making me feel good, I'm actually hanging on it, and now that's a bad thing. Because now he does all these 99 things, right? All these good bad things. It's 99, it's 80 buyer. But there's just one thing that you love about him that he does for you. Then now you have to actually be happy in your relationship at that point in time.
No, that's bad.
That really is a bad thing.
No, that's bad, friend. You can't now be with someone who 90%, 99% it's all things bad, and then 1% is good. No, that's really unhealthy.
Okay.
Let's flip the script. Rather, let's have 1% better than 99 good.
That's very too good to be true too. Maybe let's say 75 good, 25 bad.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I get it. So I get when you can what's the word? That's what I'm saying. You need to be very careful in terms of who you choose to date. You don't just date for the sake of dating.
Yeah, that's
kind of like low-key study the person and try to
not low-key, you have to study the person.
Yeah, but some people don't have time.
Despite having time, that means what are we doing if you don't have the time to study?
Yeah, but I'm saying other people, they don't have time to do what? That, to study the person.
What do they do?
I don't know. They just want to get into a relationship because I want to get into a relationship.
Now, if you are that individual that wants to study somebody, and me, I'm not that person who wants to study you, that just wants to rush things, tell me and sit me down.
Yeah, but friend, this is our view. We need to also accommodate other people out there. Maybe someone out there studies about.
That's okay. That's why getting in the out there who does not know how to study people. Yeah. Do not rush into relationships because that's when the bad things come up. You don't know the person just as yet. Now, whatever that person does, you're just going to hang on the fact that you guys always have a good time. And now that, and like funny enough, when you always want to have this honeymoon phase thing, it's not going to be a good relationship because now you want all fun and games and you know. But then what's going to happen when it comes miserable things? Because it's life. I mean, like they said, fighters are lovers, right?
Yeah.
So at some point in time, we must have not must, but we're going to have one at the end of the day.
I don't want to say a must.
But it has to, it not has to happen, but it will happen. That's one thing that you should know. You understand? So that's my kind of views on this fundamental of relationships.
All right, cool. What are the foundations of a healthy relationship?
Foundations of a healthy relationship. Time.
Like what makes a good relationship? Like
communication.
Okay.
Giving each other time.
Okay.
Showing that you actually care about the person.
Okay.
Choosing the person first, not necessarily first, but showing the person that I'm choosing you.
Yeah. And when are you choosing yourself?
You can still choose yourself while you choose me.
Can you?
You can. Like literally, let's say right now. That's why the reason why me at this point in time, I really like giving out relationship advices and whatsoever, right? Even though me as a person, I'm not willing to be in one right now just as yet because I don't think it's the right time. But as a person and you want to get into a relationship and whatsoever. Like now the things that we're doing is about now laying down our foundations and whatsoever. I'm seeing the kind of person you are. If you really do care about me, in the workplace right now, you've got your time for work. You're choosing yourself. When you go back, it's either you're going to your place or you're going to your man. You're still choosing him.
Okay.
And whenever you have other things to do, you still go to do those things. You're still choosing yourself. But after that, you're still gonna have time to do with the person.
All the time. He comes second.
Yes, he does come second. But what we are saying is you can still choose yourself and him.
I can't.
Why not?
Somehow, somewhere, someone has to be neglected. If, for example, if I'm choosing him first, I'm neglecting Okagiso.
No,
Now
that's
it's
what
him.
I'm saying is you're quite able to put it on a 50-50 scale. When you do your things first, then
But
he comes.
That's what I'm getting in. I'm saying it's for me, it doesn't work. I always put myself first and he comes second all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's an interesting topic. But with me, I'm quite.
But I love him. Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm not saying that you don't love him. But
no,
with
maybe
me,
someone out there would assume that I'm standing.
I feel like.
But I need to. Sorry to catch. I
Mhm.
need to make myself happy first.
No, but what I understand is I feel like now you are misinterpreting the fact of valuing yourself first,
Mhm.
and also now you have to value him too. No, choosing yourself. Right now you chose yourself and your time.
Mm.
Because it's time for you to get the bag and to work. After this, you're going to, it's either like I said, you're going to be with him. You're still valuing yourself and you're still choosing yourself. Even if you can right now say, I feel like I should come see you. You can say no, I need to do something. You're still choosing yourself, right? But the next week or the next day, you're gonna choose him now. Not necessarily because I'm always going to choose yourself. Sometimes even if you do choose yourself, there'll always be a slot for him to be in that chosen or in that choice. You understand? I don't know if you're getting me, but I hope you do.
I get you. But still, I'm choosing me first.
How not a slot in another 30 minutes?
I have to make myself happy first. Then
That's it.
that's why it's gonna take time for me to get married, because now when we are married, it's a complete different story. But now that we are still testing the water, I care.
Really?
Yeah. And I want him to also choose. I always tell him that you must always choose. Don't try and make, okay, I want you to make me happy. That's like, okay, I want you, but don't ever neglect
yourself into trying to make
me happy, because I'm making myself happy
all the time.
So all the time. So you need to also make yourself happy. You
First.
must, for example, when you come in to see me and you just like, ish, but then I must do that. Love, do that
first.
Yes. Then you can make myself happy. But anyway, let us move on. Anyway, how do we start well? And okay, how to start well, and why many?
Why many? Please rephrase, Joe.
Okay, wait. How to start well?
On what? On relationships.
Yeah.
Okay, and how to?
And why many? Maybe I think they meant like
why many ways to start well?
Yeah, something. Yeah, let's put it like that.
How to start? It's always good to start on a positive. Like we have a mental Mondays where we have to like talk about like starting well and certain things.
Yes.
We can't now. You must remember, first impressions last the most. So, for instance, let's say I come up to you, and the very first thing that happened when we started talking was my breath smell. You're always going to remember me up, you understand? My breath smells. Or if I come to you with a great cologne, you're gonna be on some, this guy smells good. Even if tomorrow I don't smell good, you're still going to have this thing.
You know, and sometimes that's how we describe you.
Yeah, so that guy that smells good. You understand? It's always the case. So that's why I'm saying it's always good to start on a good thing. Like first impressions are always the ones that matters most, because are the ones that last.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, when we're having our jokes and fun and games and whatsoever, I'm going to remember the first thing that you did to me and how I got to know you.
But don't you feel like you're being unfair and you're putting pressure on the next person? Now that I must live within your expectations.
No. Not we have a preference.
Yeah.
If you don't meet my expectations, then you're not for me at the end of the day.
Yeah, I hear you, but I get when I first
impressions last.
Yes.
Okay, how do you now understand that now? Okay, fine, this guy is a great guy. Get the first impression. The very first thing that he said to you, the way he greeted you first.
Okay, how will I know?
First impressions matter. When you come in, you don't know me, and I look.
Yeah, I get that. I agree. Yes, but don't like we're being unfair on the next person. Now that it's more of like if he doesn't meet, sorry, I'm being hard on him.
No, not necessarily being hard on him. The people who don't date their types at the end of the day, or their preference or whatsoever. Even though first impressions do last, but I say, me personally, I would advise that. You be yourself. You are going to impress someone at the end of the day.
Yes.
You understand? And you might not be for the person that you want, but there's someone out there who you will impress on and who will want your time and your presence as a person. You understand? So obviously, right now, if I come to a place and then I look good, that's the first take for you. For someone or somebody who likes people who look good, right? And then my energy is another take. another first impression, or it's a second. It's a first impression because it's a first day I meet
Yeah.
you. You understand? Now it's about how I talk to people. Another tick. It's another first impression. That's gonna be, even though like we again, I'm starting on a positive note while I'm being with you. You understand? At the end of the day, we're starting on a positive note, and that's how we're going to get into a good relationship, because we met up in a very well good environment, or in a good way. And for you, how do you start? What makes you think that it's good to start on a positive note in a relationship?
I think the way you carry yourself throughout the for me, I want to listen. I want to listen to what you're saying. I want to listen to what you're saying. So I'll obviously listen to your words.
Okay.
And then what I just want to see how you view life. You understand?
Right.
Because some could just be like complaining, be like, oh, life is so draining, or I didn't get that, or that. I'm just like, that's not the energy I want in a relationship, because he's gonna drain me throughout.
Yeah.
Rather, let's deal with the problem and come up with a solution, and then let's handle that problem. But it shouldn't just be all the time, yo, I'm not getting the bag, or this gig is not happening, or and I'm just like, hi, why won't stress? Because I mean, everyone has their own problems, but you don't see them making noise about it. So I just want him to be like.
So your preference is somebody who doesn't talk much more about their problems?
Yes. Rather be like, babe, I need a 1K right now. This is how I think we should get, or I should get that 1K.
Okay.
I don't want you telling me that I don't have 1K. Now what must happen now?
You
understand?
No, but I do get you. Understand where you're coming from. Yes, let's in a relationship, I think we must understand that we must not drain one another, and also not to bring negativity in a relationship.
Exactly. It's unfair on the next person.
It really is, because now you don't understand. Now you know how that person views life, and now they trying to put like a whole weight on your on your life. You understand?
Yes.
And you must also, like you said, don't try to go out your way to make me happy, right?
Now don't put a show now.
Don't put a show now.
Yeah.
My lifestyle is my lifestyle. It's never going to change because it's my lifestyle. Even though I'm going to include you into my lifestyle, but it could never change because of you.
Actually, the question was, how many relationships fail?
How many relationships fail for me?
Yeah, or just in general, like when you think
a lot of relationships fail because
why do you think
they fail?
They fail, yeah. Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
For me personally, I feel like relationships fail because of lack of communication. I feel like people will date for the first 3 months, and then we're communicating so well, and then on the 4th month we just like for example, you don't tell me that, babe, I'm busy, or I'm doing ABCD. Now I'm starting assuming that you're cheating and doing all these things, or your behavior starts to change. You don't tell me you're experiencing problems. You must tell me, okay, I'm experiencing ABCD. That's how I want to solve it. Or maybe sometimes you don't have a solution, but I do.
All right.
You understand?
I get you.
So I think we need to really like look at that.
And then with me, the reason why relationships fail a lot, it's like, okay, the thing is with me, I'm a social, as much as I'm a social person in person, right? I talk a lot. I'm a very bubbly person, and I'm a people's person and whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm not quite of a social person on the app or whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I would probably just call, right? Even though like we don't call the whole day or whatsoever, but I'm going to sleep. I'm going to talk to you before I sleep. That's one thing that I should do. At least it's some kind of communication. Even though I'm quite bad at it, because I'm used to me being being to myself, and me not reporting on like what I have to do, or certain things. You understand how relationships do go. But I understand that it really is important, because also it's not safe out there too. At least I understand where you were the last time we spoke. And if something that bad does happen, I understand that, no, this person was here. That's the last. So maybe they can find clues and whatsoever. But you're right. Communication is kind of the key. Lack of communication.
Oh, yeah.
Is one of the things that actually, and as well, you don't know a person until you start living with them.
True.
Now
you might like what you see from outside, but once
you understand what I'm trying to talk about. And as well as us people, we feel comfortable within relationships. You feel comfortable in some even though then this is when abusive. I'm not gonna condone abusive men or whatsoever, but let's not try to be comfortable in a relationship and understand that I still have to respect you, even though we've done things that now it's not about, but we still have to understand we have to respect each other in a relationship. It's very nice to see your parents respecting one another, even though they've been through thick and thin, even though one did another thing and another other person, because we're not all perfect. No one is perfect at the end of the day.
True.
So let's not try to get comfortable with one another and understand where you stand from, and understand that even though that person loves you, but at the end of the day, you're still replaceable.
Hectic. Anyway, that's how we're gonna close it
Okay.
for the ship drive for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more from the ship drive. Now it's
Alrighty.
time for that segment where we recap. You're still listening to I Love Melville.live on the afternoon. I mean the Melville Drive rather. I need to stop
This
saying that.
afternoon. And where do you get this
afternoon.
from? Because I don't think you've ever been on the afternoon drive or the afternoon or the other rush.
I don't know. Maybe it's God putting things in my mind to be like, girl, you are moving to the afternoon drive.
What?
We are not there.
Where are
Anyway.
you getting that from?
No, sometimes God will communicate with you. You must just listen.
Okay.
So if Hans repeat this, the universe is listening
Okay.
and they're saying, okay.
All right, no
Yeah.
problem.
But man, it's still the Melville Drive with myself, Carissa Park, aka
Mm.
HMZZ, Celebrities. We have the big O himself. And listen, it has been a jam pack, but I wanted to recap, right? We
Right.
spoke with, well, it was a nice meal for today.
Was it a nice meal?
It
I think it
was.
was an extravagant meal for me.
Oh.
It was kind of nice. So I'm not gonna lie. The buffet.
So
like,
nice is not the right term.
nice is too. When I ask, you must understand that I Love Melville.live is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah.
normal kind of
Yeah.
radio show.
Yeah.
It's an unconventional. So it's kind of different. And if you get different things, now you get excited. That's why I'm saying it's an extravagant meal.
All right. Got you, bro. Got you. All right. We played a game, that famous game that we all love. We're going to play it again tomorrow. And we did the topic of the day. You know,
Okay.
every single day we have to have a theme. And that was how to start the week on a positive note. And then we did so not this, it's a spicy tea, right?
Yes.
That's a new feature. We did the spicy tea. I'm excited for this one. And of course, we had Mental Mondays with the Dr. Nelly Zimu. He's going to kill me for this.
Who's gonna kill you, him or her?
Him.
Okay. But I think they'll both ambush you.
Yeah, he's going to start
Oh, mo
first.
ga o nyakela
He will
snack.
start first.
Yeah, plus I don't talk about something.
Yeah, he
Plus
will-
I'm more than able to be a boss.
Let us not go there. Let us not go there. And of course, we played with the. He's not even laughing.
He likes doing this chuckle thing, this fake chuckle thing every single
It's
time.
like,
Look at him. But what was
Yeah.
that?
Anyway, true.
Yes, yes, yes.
And of course, we wrap it up with the ship drive. This is your favorite segment.
Yes.
So, highlight of the show.
You know, I love the ship drive, but today it was the Mental Mondays because
yes.
it actually made me think of certain things that I do,
Yes.
like as a particular person and how I plan my days. But even though I can just, it's not like it's not an all bad thing, but I learned a lot, not a lot, but I've learned today, right? I've taken notes and whatsoever.
Yes.
And I think I'm gonna add on to my schedules and know how to start my day and know what to do first, and before doing into like certain things. Because it's funny how with me, things I plan things, right? Even though I do plan things, certain things happen, and then have you noticed that I freak out a lot when something does not go good? So I really do. So at least it made me realize.
Oh yes, you do. You do.
Yes. So maybe it made me realize that I must now
I just thought of
relax.
something. I thought of an event
Okay.
of you
Freaking out. Yes,
Yes,
that's the thing.
yes.
So now it actually made me understand that it's okay. You must understand that bad things will always happen. You understand? Thing is, I'm a very impatient person too, and I also want perfect things. So now this made me understand that it's not always about you. And
Come down, Begeza.
wow. So this is the time when not personal.
Yeah.
I must don't see handbrake and buffy porn because I'm just like too much on this perfect thing, this impatient thing, and I want things on my time and whatsoever. So yeah, that's my highlight of today. And what's your highlight of today?
I love talking to people. I love having guests on the show. So that one for me, the Mental Monday,
Okay.
and also all the new features
Okay.
that we introduced
Okay.
to the show. That's also been my highlight. Actually, the entire show as a whole.
Right.
I mean, we started with a bang, when we ending with a bang.
We are ending. I mean, like,
And
come on.
it
How
is
can you
our
start with
very
one?
first time the three of us working together without like anyone helping or anything like that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like there was no one. It was just us, the producer, presenters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's understandable.
Yes, that was just exciting for me.
That was a very nice and prepared show, actually.
Yes.
That's a fake laugh.
Really?
Yo. And you tell me an actress. Wow. Tell me an actress.
The thing is, I cannot
Make me understand that you are laughing for real.
No, I am. Trust
No, you're
me.
not.
That like
You see that's a fake laugh once again.
What do you mean?
It's not cute.
What
Come
do
back.
you mean?
I know you're fake laughing. We'll talk about this
I'm
off
not.
air. It's fine.
Anyway,
Mm.
we'll talk about it off air. But
Yes.
thank you so much, guys, for choosing us wherever you are. It was a pleasure driving you.
Mm.
We're redoing all this again next week. Don't forget the party on the 29th of October.
Mm.
For more information, make sure you catch the show. The Grumpy Old
Homo.
Yes, there
show.
we go.
Mm.
I thought, are you listening to what I'm saying?
Come on, I can get All
right, cool.
Unless if we're no, but it's fine. Let's go.
don't Cinderella don't. But anyway, it's been real. We're back again tomorrow 3 to 6 right here on I Love Melville.live. From myself, Kariso Pare, aka HMZ's Celebrities, and
Baba Mbarigena, Omulimo Mbarigena, blessing, but the streets know me as the Big O.
Good night and God bless.
God bless.